summer holiday time on the island of Sodor. The engines were busy pulling freight cars about and taking passengers around the island. The engines love this time of year when the weather is warm. Thomas likes this time of year most of all. He likes taking passengers along his branch line and seeing the wonders of the countryside. Later that night, Thomas made his last delivery of goods to Elsbridge Station. Sir Topham Hatt was there. He stood on the platform and spoke to Thomas. "I want you to go to the scrapyards and collect an important load of scrap iron," he said. "Yes, sir," stuttered Thomas and started his journey. Thomas puffed nervously through the fog. He doesn't like traveling to the scrapyards at night. He remembers vague memories of getting scared the day before and was nervous that he would get scared again. As he reached the scrapyards, his wheels felt shaky. He didn't want to stay there for long. He rushed in and waited for the yard manager to instruct him. "Hello, Thomas," he said. "Your flatbed is in the siding over there." "Thank you, sir," said Thomas, and went on his way. He bumped up to the flatbed and was ready to leave when he heard strange noises. "What's that strange noise?" he asked his driver. "Probably just the cranes at work," his driver replied. But Thomas didn't hear the cranes. He heard the sounds of a steam engine. He heard the puffing get louder as the noises came closer to him. "I won't stay here," said Thomas, and quickly rushed out of his scrapyards. The next day, Thomas told Bill and Ben about the noises he heard at the scrapyards.
"It's the ghost of an engine," teased Bill. "Its job was to push and pull flatbeds filled with scrap." "It's legend," said Ben. "But then he had a terrible accident and was never seen again."
Thomas didn't want to believe them, but he wasn't sure. Later at the docks, Thomas was buffering up to a flatbed when he heard a noise. "Ah!" cried Thomas. Diesel rolled alongside, laughing at him. "Ha ha ha ha! What's the matter?" laughed Diesel. "You never heard the sound of a flatbed buffering up to you?" Thomas felt silly. Later that night, Thomas made his delivery of scrap iron to Elsbridge Station. Sir Topham Hatt was there. "Sorry for the confusion, Thomas," he said. "There's another flatbed that has to be collected. I need you to go back to the scrapyards and get it." But Thomas really didn't want to go back. "Please, sir," he said. "Can someone else do it?" "Sorry, Thomas, but everyone else is busy. Gordon has the express, Henry has the flying kipper, Percy has the mail. You're the only engine available." "Oh, all right," said Thomas. He hoped he wouldn't hear anything else spooky happen. He buffered up to the flatbed and was ready to start his journey. "Spooky," said Thomas. Suddenly, he heard the puffing noises again. Thomas' wheels began to shake. Then, he heard the sound of a whistle. Thomas built up courage and asked who it was. "Who's there?" he said. Then, he heard a voice. "Hello," said the voice. "What was that?" asked Thomas. Then, he looked over to his side and saw an engine beside him. The yard manager stepped down from the cab. "Here's your ghost, Thomas," said the yard manager. "Her name's actually Veronica." Thomas wasn't scared anymore. He felt silly instead. "I'm sorry," said Thomas. "I thought you were a ghost." "It's all right," said Veronica. "That's what all the other engines do when they come to the scrapyards. They run away before I could say hello. It does tend to get lonely around here," she sighed. Thomas felt sorry for her. "Please, sir," said Thomas to the yard manager, "can she come work on the railway? We could use another engine." The yard manager agreed. "That sounds like a good idea," he said. "I just hope Sir Topham Hatt agrees." The yard manager quickly telephoned Sir Topham Hatt and asked if Veronica can work on the railway, to which he agreed. "Veronica is just the engine we need." Veronica was sent to the works and got mended and given a new coat of paint. When she arrived back on Sodor, her shiny red paint glistened in the sunlight. Now Thomas and Veronica are good friends. She mostly helped Thomas on this branch line taking passengers about. Sir Topham Hatt was most impressed with her help. "You are indeed a very useful engine," he said. "Thank you, sir," said Veronica, and she and Thomas just whistled happily.